What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. As if the 76ers needed any more complications to start this 2024-25 season, Joel Embiid has now been accused of shoving a Philadelphia reporter in a locker room confrontation, and the NBA is investigating the matter. Philadelphia 76ers center Joel Embiid yelled at and shoved a Philadelphia Inquirer columnist during a profanity-laced altercation in locker room following a 124-107 home loss to the Grizzlies on Saturday night, according to multiple people with knowledge of the situation. Embiid confronted Inquirer columnist Marcus Haynes because of a recent column that mentioned his deceased brother and his son. An Inquirer reporter first reported the altercation, which required intervention from Sixers security. An NBA spokesman said in a statement, quote, "We are aware of reports of an incident in the Sixers locker room this evening and are commencing an investigation. Embiid could be fined or suspended depending on the results of the investigation." Embiid told Haynes to stop writing about his family during a heated back and forth, according to a person with direct knowledge of the situation. If Haynes wrote something like that again, Embiid promised Haynes that his reaction would be worse, and he was willing to take, quote, whatever punishment, quote, would be levied in response. Embiid, who has yet to play this season as he recovers from a left knee injury, previously expressed his frustration with Hayes while taking questions about his recovery Friday. The 2023 MVP called out Hayes by name following a recent column that criticized him for not taking the court. And that's when he said that I've done way too much crap or whatever, right? He said, quote, "I've done way too much for the city. In fact, I've done way too much for the city and putting myself at risk for people to be saying that. I do think it's bullshit. Like that dude, he's not here. Marcus, whatever his name is, I've done way too much for this fucking city to be treated like this. Done way too fucking much. But like I said, I wish I was as lucky as the other ones, but that doesn't mean I'm not trying and doing whatever it takes to be out there." And Marcus Hayes, who's pictured here, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is Marcus Hayes in this picture, because I noticed they're not showing who this person is. I know there's a lot of these instances. One person gets all of the media exposure, but the other person is, always anonymous. We're talking about media members, so they're not like outside of the sports realm. So Joel Embiid consistently points to the birth of his son Arthur as a major inflection point in his basketball career. He often says that he wants to be great, to leave a legacy for the boy named after his little brother, who tragically died in an automobile accident when Embiid was in his first year as a Sixer. Well, in order to be great at your job, you first have to show up for work. Embiid has been great at just the opposite. Look, man, my take might be a little different from some people's. Let me say this. When it comes to criticism about Joel Embiid not being available for games, a lot of it is his own doing. Some of it is freak accidents. Okay, yeah. Some of it is that. But some of this is also, and we've said this for years, Joel Embiid, according to reliable reports and just from observation, sometimes comes into these seasons and not his best basketball shape. We heard reports about his love for hamburgers. That's fine if you're a regular person. if you're doing any type of athletic endeavors or participating in athletic endeavors, your diet is big on how successful and how healthy you'll be, especially as you get older. He loves milkshakes. It was just, I remember one time there was an observer that saw Joel Embiid drink 4 milkshakes at one time before a game. You don't think that's going to have some effect? Um, you know, just the fact that he weighs nearly 300 pounds playing in a game now that is a much faster paced game than it was 20, 25 years ago, right? That's part of it. Now, some of this stuff isn't his doing. Some of this stuff is just freak occurrences that would happen whether he low managed or not, or whether he missed games or not. So him coming out saying, with a history of underperforming with this organization, to come out and then publicly say, "Oh, I'm not playing any more back-to-backs," that just adds fuel to the skepticism and cynicism fire smoldering already amongst observers of you, of your team, in the city. So that part of it, you can't get mad, Joel Embiid. You can't. Right? And if the NBA does suspend him or give him a fine, which I think is more apropos, a fine, you can't get mad at that. Because you just said you're going to do whatever you could to get your point across as reporters, to leave my dead folks and my baby out of your column. Now, having said all of that, I want to point out some hypocrisy here. Just point out hypocrisy. Whether we like it or not, these athletes are not wind-up robots. They do have family. They do have lives. Okay? They do get emotion. They have emotion, and sometimes your emotions get the best of you, even the most professional personalities. I do recall in a Super Bowl, the one we just had earlier this year, right? Didn't Travis Kelce damn near knock over Andy Reid because Andy Reid took him out of the game, I believe was? Knocked him over. Nobody said anything about that. And all of the media was very apologetic and defending of Travis Kelce. Well, his emotions got the best of him. We know he loves Andy Reid. It's just the passion that he plays with and all this euphemic bullshit. People see what they want to see. You know what I'm saying? People see what they want to see. And when sometimes there's inconsistency with how we look at certain things. This altercation between Joel Embiid and this reporter, if it really happened, I'm assuming it happened, but until I see the video, I can make an assumption that it's being overblown. Like, could it be that Joel Embiid tapped him on the shoulder or put his finger in his shoulder? Yeah. Could it be that because the media wants to feast on his carcass, because they love to have someone like Joel Embiid be a villain that they can, increase their circulation with, viewerships, ratings? You don't think it's all the fourth estate don't look at these things, their fraternity, and they don't look out for one another? The hell they don't. So until I see the video, I'm not 100% convinced it's as bad as they make it out to be. Because hell, let's get some consistency here. And I've been one of the biggest critics of Joel Embiid. But did we see a video of Draymond Green knocking the fuck out of a teammate, and he got no suspension for that? None. And tried to knee the goddamn dude. Knee him. As he was going down unconscious. And you have people telling us, it's part of the game. Well, it's part of the game too. There's a long history of players and managers interacting with reporters, cussing them out, getting into fisticuffs. Didn't Cheney, what's his name? Don, what's the goddamn report? The coach name? Don Cheney? Cheney. Remember Cheney got into it with Calipari years ago? I'll fucking tell you. That happens. Remember the Royals manager got into it with reporters, cussed them out, shoved a match? How many times Did we see Tony La Russa go at reporters? Hell, these guys used to have fist fights back in the day before the modern television age. You read about it with the media in the 20s and 30s and 40s. These guys got into fist fights. The media have always been full of assholes. So am I trying to defend Joel Embiid? Not really. But these reporters can go beyond the pale. Mentioning his dead brother and mentioning his kid was out of pocket. That had nothing to do with sports. Nothing. 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 You personalize it when you put their goddamn names in that article. You took it outside the context of sports and made it something else. Almost like he was trying to say he dishonoring his dead brother. And yeah, I would have reacted the same goddamn way. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm on an island by myself with this, but I would have reacted probably the same damn way. And that's with saying Joel Embiid's a goddamn choke artist. So, I don't know what the NBA might do, but they're being real inconsistent. Because remember, Draymond Green, even with what he did to Jordan Poole, all the incidences he had last year, choking players and all that stuff, right? They're still only suspending him 10 games. So it's like, to me, some players get to do whatever the hell they want to do, and there's always slaps on the wrist. And then other guys, it's a different set of rules. But then again, remember, I said earlier during the Olympics, when Joel Embiid said what he said about LeBron James, let's see what happens. The media's gonna turn on him. You don't insult the darling of the media and think there aren't any consequences. And look what's happened. But anyway, that's just my take on it. Tell me what you guys think.